We just presented a couple different malpresentations that you can run into with ewes in a flock. And there's a lot of different ways that lambs can come out tangled and mixed. Those are just some of the common ones that Carolyn and I most commonly see or hear about. And so we wanted to touch a little bit upon, when is it do you call a vet? And Carolyn, as the puller of the lambs, would you want to tackle that question?
Yeah, so I like to say 30 minutes. 30 minutes is your kind of go-to number to keep in your head. So like we say before, we know that ewe is in trouble if she has strenuous pushing for 30 minutes or 30 minutes with no progress. That's also 30 minutes is when you should call a vet or an assistant, a mentor or some type to help you gauge what's going on, because 30 minutes of you struggling with her, every minute counts. And so I always like to say 30 minutes.
Yes. And it's also important to note that, before you even get to lambing, hopefully you have developed that relationship with a vet that you can have on call, because in both of our experience, usually the problems tend to happen in the middle of the night. So it's important to have that relationship developed.
Exactly.
So let's just say that we have successfully birthed some ewes, and what kind of aftercare are we looking at for the lambs and the ewes?
Sure. So there are some things that we need to think about after the lambs are on the ground. One of the major concerns is colostrum. Colostrum is that first milk that the mother creates. It has those antibodies that those lambs need to build their immune system. So we'd like to give you another couple of numbers. They should get colostrum as soon as possible, but under 2 hours and definitely under 6 hours is when they need to get that colostrum, either from their dam, another ewe on your farm, or a powdered supplement, a powdered replacement. Sorry, not a supplement, a replacement. So we'll want, once we're down there pulling the lambs, we can go ahead and strip the teat. There's a keratin plug in the teat that keeps it from getting bacteria in it between the two lambing events or when her first lambs are born. And that can be difficult for those lambs to get out for that first time. So go ahead and strip that. And that's when also you can assess the colostrum quality. Like, one, does she have colostrum? Make sure she's doesn't have mastitis, and make sure that colostrum is in ample supply. And then get those lambs up nursing.
So one of the things that, after the lamb is being born, we do have the placenta. What should you be watching for? What should you do with the placenta after it's been delivered? What's the best practice with that?
Sure. So the placenta, that's what the lambs receive nutrition from when they were in utero, and that will need to come out. Actually, the action of the lamb's nursing helped to have that uterus contract and help to deliver that placenta. You should see a full delivery of the placenta within 3 to 4 hours. And once that placenta is delivered, usually you find it on the ground, where her birthing area is. Some ewes will actually consume it. But you can go ahead and compost that and make sure that you're picking it up out of the lambing pen, because it can harbor some different bacteria and some diseases that we don't want to spread to other lambs and other ewes. So make sure we're keeping that as clean as possible, and just make sure you're observing her. Usually they call clean, deliver the placenta without any problems, but that also depends on your mineral program. So making sure that our minerals program is up to snuff and that you shouldn't have any problems with delivering the placenta.
So thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful. I'm Dr. Kelly Froehlich. I am a sheep producer and sheep educator and working part-time with the Young and Emerging Entrepreneur Group through the American Sheep Industry Association.
And I hope you guys enjoyed our presentations and learned a lot and can help you use the next lambing season. I'm Carolyn Ihde for University of Wisconsin-Madison Division of Extension and Iowa State University Extension and Outreach.